The lake had a rule. No one could remember who made it up or when, but everyone in the group knew it. Don't stay past sunset. Of course, that was exactly why they did. It started as a dare. 6 of them piled into Noah's truck. Music blasting. Snacks crinkling. Laughter spilling out into the late afternoon as they drove toward Blackridge Lake. It sat miles outside town, tucked between dense woods and steep hills, the kind of place parents warn about without ever explaining why. Relax, Noah said, glancing at the others. We'll watch the sunset, hang for a bit, and head back. Easy. Uh-huh, Mia replied. And the rule... Fake, he said, like every other small-town ghost story. Eli, sitting in the back, didn't laugh. He just stared out the window as the trees grew thicker. Still think we shouldn't stay, he murmured. Too late now, Jess said, hopping out once they arrived. We're already here. The lake was still, not calm, not peaceful. Still, the water didn't ripple. Even when the wind brushed across its surface, it reflected the sky too perfectly, like a mirror that went deeper than it should. Okay, that's creepy, we admitted. Relax, Noah said again, though quieter this time. They set up near the shore. Someone started a small fire. Music played low from the speaker, competing with the heavy silence of the woods. Time slipped, the sun dipped, and Noah mentioned leaving. It was Eli who noticed first. Do you hear that? They all paused. Nothing. No, Jess said. What? Eli frowned. Exactly. The forest had gone silent. No insects. No birds. No wind. Even the fire seemed to crackle less. Mia checked her phone. Guys, it's 8:47. Noah blinked. So, the sun said it's 7:10. They all looked up. The sky hadn't changed. It hovered in that in-between state, burnt orange and deep purple, like the sun had just dipped below the horizon. Okay, Jess said slowly, that's not possible. Cloud cover? Noah offered weakly. There are no clouds, Mia snapped. Eli stood up. We need to go. Now. They packed quickly, tension replacing laughter. But when they turned toward the trail, it wasn't there. The narrow path they walked down, lined with broken branches and marked trees, was gone. In its place stood a wall of dense forest, unfamiliar and unwelcoming. No, Jess muttered. We came from here. No, we didn't, Noah said. The truck was parked right. He stopped. The clearing behind them was empty. The truck was gone. Very funny, Mia said, though her voice shook. Who moved it? No one answered. Eli backed toward the lake. Guys! They turned. The water wasn't still anymore. It moved, not in waves, in shapes. Something beneath the surface shifted, stretching the reflection unnaturally, like something large was pressing upward from below. Tell me you see that, Jess whispered. I see it, Noah said. The surface bulged, then stilled. Then a hand broke through, gray, waterlogged, fingers too long. It gripped the edge of the lake and pulled. Another hand followed, then a face, eyes open, unblinking, staring directly at them. Mia screamed. The thing dragged itself onto the shore, water pouring from its mouth as it gasped, not for air, but something else. Its limbs jerked wrong, like it was learning how to move again. Then another shape surfaced, and another, and another. They're drowning, Jess said, panicked. We have to help. They're not drowning, Eli snapped. They already did. The first figure stood, its head tilted, water dripping steadily. You stayed. It croaked. More figures crawled out, forming a line along the shore. Different ages, different clothes, all equally wrong. You stayed, they repeated. Noah shook his head. We're leaving. He grabbed Mia's hand and ran toward the trees. The others followed. Branches clawed at them, roots tripped their feet. But suddenly there it was, the trail, clear as day. Noah, hurry, Jess shouted. They burst onto the path, sprinting, lungs burning. Behind them, the voices rose. You stayed. You stayed. You stayed. They didn't stop running. until they saw the truck, right where they left it. Key still in ignition. Doors unlocked. Go! Mia screamed. They piled in, slamming doors. Noah turned the key. The engine roared to life. Relief flooded the car until Eli spoke. Guys? They turned slowly. Eli was staring out the rear window, at the lake. They followed his gaze. Figures stood at the edge of trees now, dozens of them, watching, still, silent, except for one. One stood closer than the others, dripping wet, head tilted, smiling. It raised a hand and waved. They didn't talk about that night again, didn't go near the lake, didn't mention the rule. But sometimes, when Mia checks her phone late at night, she sees a photo she never took. The 6 of them, standing by the lake. Except, there are 7 figures in the picture, and one of them is so